Everyone, today Jesus talks about the harvest that we work for. The disciples spoke to Jesus saying, "Rabbi, eat." Jesus said to them, "I have food to eat that you don't know about." The disciples asked each other, "Has someone brought him food?" Jesus said to them, "I'm fed by doing the will of the one who sent me and by completing his work. Don't you have a saying, 4 more months and then it's time for harvest? Look, I tell you, open your eyes and notice that the fields are already ripe for the harvest. Those who harvest are receiving their pay and gathering fruit for the life of the coming age, so that those who sow and those who harvest can celebrate together. This is a true saying, that one sows and another harvests. I sent you to a harvest that what you didn't work hard for. Others worked hard, and you'll share in their hard work." Many Samaritans in that city believed in Jesus because of the woman's word when she testified, "He told me everything I've ever done." What work does God have for us to do? Our thoughts in John so far have focused a lot on it's a lot of ways this life that Jesus is giving is something to be received, that we don't first figure it out or do the work and earn it somehow. It's a gift. And so we open ourselves, make ourselves receptive to it. And most of that path for us is letting things go instead of getting more. But there is some sort of sustaining spiritual work that Jesus says he was doing, and I think that we are meant to continue. Now, many of us are probably familiar with this harvest kind of metaphor. We use it a lot for things like mission work. Even the idea of going into the mission field is a metaphor that probably comes from here. I won't sing bringing in the sheaves, even though I want to. And, there's ways that can sometimes become negative if we overemphasize how many numbers we convert, or we emphasize making commitments instead of making disciples. The way I think Jesus wants to understand it here, our job is to look for where God is creating growth and then respond to that. To name where we see love and life blossoming, see new life happening and make it known and help it thrive. Ultimately, we're joining in the work that God has already started. There's also other people that have been involved too. Before we got to the fields, others were harvesting and planting. And so it's not like we are starting from scratch and that we have to figure it all out. Again, others have done some of that work, but God is the one that's at work. And so our job is to pay attention. Sometimes that's what prayer is just being able to see the world with God's eyes. And then also have the humility to be surprised when things grow in ways other than we expect. This story starts with Jesus' Jewish male disciples being very surprised that he's talking to a Samaritan woman, their Messiah. But it ends, as we heard, with countless Samaritans becoming disciples because they've actually caught hold of this message of life. The work of God may call you to unexpected places and unexpected people. Some of the fields that we may be used to working or expect to find a harvest are turning fallow. But really, open your eyes, and I bet you'll find a harvest of love ready.